Hello and welcome to this episode of the Stampede. I'm Aidan Mulligan.
And I'm Michael Curley, and this is going to be our last episode of the 2018-2019 school year, and for Aidan and I, this will be our last ever episode of the Stampede podcast.
Yeah, but the Stampede will continue on next year, just without us, because we're going to be not here.
We'll be gone.
We will be long gone.
And
we're never coming back.
It's too bad for the Stampede, because it means it's really not going to be the same without us, Aidan.
It's never going to be the same without us, because we're the best.
Yeah, we are the best, and we know we're the best. So
we're the best.
It's around. I don't know the rest of it, but it's all right.
I don't know.
But I mean, whoever takes over next year, I mean, I know there's been discussions about what potential rising juniors will want to take it over.
I know
sophomores or rising juniors, whoever wants to take it over.
Brent was talking about Jay Shea.
I know kids have had interest, so
I'm looking for Larston Boothroyd and Jacob Manor. Larston.
So right. I mean, for all of you listeners out there, Stampede's not dying. It's just not gonna be the same. But make sure to stick around. It's still going to be here, and it's still going to be on SoundCloud, and I think it's still going to be a good podcast, because I think that I feel like Mr. Brunt and just the TV class in general now has a general feel of what a podcast is really like.
Yeah, it better be good next year. I'm going to be listening, and if it isn't good,
I'll come back.
Well, we had to come back, like, every once in a while.
Yeah, for breaks and stuff like that.
Like Christmas. But I'm knocking skulls when I do, I swear.
I will, too. Come on, I'd be very upset. I'd be upset.
But Michael, what are we doing today?
So today we kind of want. So we're in the TV class. It's the week of prom. So today's May 13th, a Monday. We're in our TV class right now, and we're gonna reminisce, I guess you can say, about the year we had and everything we've gone through. We're gonna
maybe past episodes.
Yeah, past episodes, kind of our favorite memories. I want to start with the favorite memories. Aidan, it's been a crazy 4 years here at the high school, hasn't it been?
It's been wild.
I must ask you, what if you could pick one memory from high school? What is your favorite?
My favorite, like, out of all
anything out of high school.
Freshman to senior year.
Yes.
Oh God, my favorite memory. I wasn't expecting you to throw this at me.
Yeah, I'm throwing it at you. How do you feel?
Okay. First one that comes to mind was probably when Brendan Hurley got curly fries back.
What do you mean?
Well, for everyone that doesn't know,
I don't know. So
freshman year there were curly fries. Curly fries here are super good. Yeah, the curly fries.
Wait, they got rid of those?
They got rid of them. If you noticed,
I didn't even notice.
Most of our sophomore year, there were no curly fries. Not even most, all of them, because they got rid of them. And Brendan Hurley, NHS TV extraordinaire, graduated 2 years.
2017.
2017, 2 years older than us, wrote a letter to the cafeteria man, whatever.
I didn't even know this.
I knew it because he complained about it all the time to me. And he wrote a letter, and they got him back. They brought him back a couple times last year. Now it's like every week this year. They actually started.
Yeah.
You notice they started selling like only curly
Yeah, they
fries?
do.
You see, I got that, and then I threw up because I ate way too many. Because I had already had a regular lunch, and then there was just like a straight up entire thing of curly fries. And they never sell that many curly fries.
No, they don't.
And I threw up.
That's crazy. I never knew that.
Yeah. Oops. What about you? What was your favorite memory of high school?
Now, to be completely honest, I have a lot. One of my top memories for sure this year, senior night in hockey, when I played one whole minute on my senior night.
Really?
No. One of my favorite memories for sure, actually, hockey. Getting my first career win in hockey against Holliston is actually on my 18th birthday. We got the 2-0 win. It was our first year. It was our first win of the season for our team, and I like to tell myself, I got to win that game. Then I came in the next game against Bellingham. We won that game as well. And then from January 5th up to when we lost to Canton in the semifinals of the state tournament, we hadn't lost a game. We either won or tied. It was
yeah, you guys did really well this year.
Yeah, we had a really long streak going, like almost 2.5, a little probably less than 2.5 months where we didn't lose. We either won or tied. We finished with a 13-4-6 record, and it's been amazing just to be a part of the hockey program. I got called up my freshman year on varsity, and I went to a game where they're playing like a top 5 team in the state, Pope Francis, out in Springfield. We had to take a 2-hour bus ride out to Springfield, and we lost 7-0. That varsity team that year went 0-19-1. And just to see the transformation from that team to this year's team, we went 13-4-3. 13, 4, and 6. Sorry, I can't do math. It really was. It was just a lot of fun. But I mean, I had so many memories and just sports and like TV.
Neither
and
of
my
our
friends and
favorite
everything.
memories were TV.
Well, I was gonna ask you about that. What's your favorite TV memory?
Oh God, my favorite TV memory. Well, you see, the thing is with TV, we had the STN conventions.
Yeah.
Which we went to Nashville. You went the first year.
I went the first year. Yep.
The STN convention, Nashville and Seattle.
Yep.
I like Seattle better. Not Seattle. I like Nashville better.
I like Nashville better too.
Sorry, Seattle, but
I like the Nashville better. But not even STN. My favorite memory is definitely when we went to Boston for the NESPA convention, and Walter and I took those pictures and acted like Walter was a tourist.
See, I wasn't there for that.
You weren't, because you weren't in our class.
I wasn't in your class because freshman year I didn't take TV.
Yep.
I actually took art, for all of y'all that didn't know that.
Nice.
I took art and I decided I didn't like being in the art class because I just
Didn't like it.
I didn't like it.
I respect that.
I enjoyed it. I didn't like the teachers that much.
Of course.
And for those sorry art teachers, if you're listening to this, probably not. But I don't know. I just didn't really mix well with them.
I feel.
And I decided to take TV.
Smart choice. Good choice.
I wasn't in the class with the rest of sophomores. I was with
Freshmen?
the freshmen, which are this year's juniors. But I mean, now we're in a class with them again.
That's crazy. It's weird. And speaking of Walter, we want to bring Walter on in this episode. Walter, come
Walter
on over
Santiago,
here.
come here. He's gonna share a mic with Michael.
Yep. Walter, thank you for coming over. I mean, you were literally right next to us anyways. Yeah, bring over a chair.
Thank you
buddy.
for coming on down.
I mean, you are part of the original squad of the Stampede, and we want to thank you for just joining us.
It's a pleasure to be here, boys. It's been a while since I've been on the Stampede. Been glad to be back.
Now, Walter, what was your favorite memory for all 4 years of high school? TV or sports or
Any memory.
any memory?
Any memory? Probably at SDM when me and Brandon took home the honorable mention in sports highlight. That's a top memory for me.
Oh, you guys were the underdogs in that
Yeah,
section.
big underdogs there. I mean, Mr. Brunt. I mean, we were also all surprised that me and Brandon got something because we were not expecting anything.
No one saw that one.
No one saw that.
No one
coming.
saw that one coming. Let's be honest.
So yeah, that was probably my best memory, just because it was such a shock to me, and got home some silverware for the NHS TV program.
Hardware, not silverware, buddy.
Silverware.
Whatever.
Silverware is like forks and knives.
Yeah, what?
I know it didn't sound right when I said it.
So Walter, I mean, obviously we've had a lot of good memories. What's your favorite memory with me?
It has to be the pictures in Boston. It has to be. That's like the best moment of sophomore year, was taking those tourist pictures in Boston, because I think people around us actually believed that I was a tourist.
For sure.
What was your favorite memory of me, Walter?
Favorite memory with Aidan? I mean, just hanging out at SDN. We had some good memories there.
Oh, when we took when we had a photo shoot.
Yeah, the photo. I didn't want to say it, but yeah, the photo shoot that me, you, Curley, and Brandon had, definitely up there.
The OG squad of NHS Stampede.
And it's
No, Brandon hasn't even been in an episode
Since episode 1.
since episode 1, and Brandon was barely in that episode.
He was because remember his mic didn't work. He had the crappy mic that didn't work, so
Yeah.
we couldn't hear him.
yeah, we had to keep handing him a different mic.
But we didn't even have the professional equipment that we.
That
have
was
right
crazy last year when we made that. I don't even know how we did it. It was so bad.
Who even came up with the idea of the Stampede?
I'm pretty sure it was us two. It was me and Aidan.
now. No, it
and-
wasn't me. No, I hopped on. I didn't even hop
What?
on that.
Well, no. Well, you
Brent-
named the Stampede.
I gave it the name, but
Brent was
you
like-
smelling my jacket.
Brent was like to me, just do it.
It smells like a fire.
Yeah, were you?
I was at Eric's on Saturday.
Brent to me was like, "Can I just do it?" I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, and I was standing there because I had to ask Brent a question, and he assumed that I was with you guys.
Yeah.
And then he threw me in.
And it wasn't bad. I mean, we created all this. We got all this nice equipment. I mean, I've had a great year doing these podcasts.
It's better than making stories.
so much better.
100% better than making stories.
Remember that story that we made, Walter, last year?
The Puerto Rico one.
It could have been so good.
It was pretty good.
It was good.
pretty
It was a
good,
good
but it took
story.
us 4 or 5 months to do it because we had so much for Mr. Rodriguez. He said so much.
Oh my God, he talked for like 2 hours.
20 minutes. It was 20 minutes of Mr. Rodriguez talking. He was giving us
It
a
was
lot.
more than 20 minutes.
Great sound bites, but it was hard to choose which ones to use.
Yeah, a lot of it was useless.
I remember that story last year. I was like, when you guys get that done? And you were like, I don't know. I was like, okay, great. It's just like Valter and sports highlights. Like literally, it'll be like mid-March, and I'll look over, like when we're doing podcast stuff, like Valter's computer's right next to ours, and I'll look over at Valter, and he's working on a highlight from like a boys basketball game from like the beginning of January. I'm like, that game was over 2 months ago. He was like, yeah, and I'm like, why are you doing this? He's like, I don't know.
In my defense, the highlights got done, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, but like, I mean, we couldn't even run them on the news or anything.
Ready? We're gonna play a quick game. Whoever has made the least amount of stories in this class wins. How many stories have you made? Like news stories.
So I made, all right, I'll go over. My freshman year, was my first story called Brains in Motion. It was a story about before MCAS, when sophomores go to the gym and do like a bunch of exercises, just kind of wake up and get ready for the MCAS testing. My sophomore year, I made the South Norwood story, which we did for the STN challenge, and then Brandon and I were supposed to do it for a project, but we literally just sat at our computers for probably like 3 months and did not do a thing to it. We didn't do anything to it. We were supposed to like do a re-edit, and we just didn't do it. And then I did one more story, the Hockey Guys House League with me and Nick. We actually won an award for it. I don't know how we did, but we
Is it up on the wall?
Yeah, it's up on the wall somewhere. Yeah, so I have a plaque on the wall. I'm not trying to brag. So I made 3.
Too many up there. I've definitely made the least amount of stories out of the 3 of us. Freshman year, made a story with Jay Wolakowski, Miss Payne for her first year at the high school. Pretty sure that's the only story I made freshman year.
What about Pugach? Was that sophomore year?
No, Pugach was a sophomore story I made I was by myself actually. And that was a pretty good story. Then I made a story with Brandon Walsh, who was Dean Kern, because
You just didn't know what to do, so you just did that.
Yeah, he became a dean, so I did Dean Kern's story, and then I did
Rodriguez.
and then I did the Gia Rodriguez story, so that's 4.
Wait, so you just said you definitely had the least, but you had more than I did.
You knew that Michael had 3.
Oh, I thought as you were talking, I was like counting in my head, so I wasn't like paying attention.
I'm actually tied with Michael.
Okay.
Which is weird because I've had less time in this class than you guys.
Well, also my sophomore year and junior year,
which shows a lot for you.
Well, sophomore year and junior year, it shows a lot for me. What is that supposed to mean?
Because you've been in this class for 4 years and I've only been in it 3 years, and we've made the same amount of stories.
Yeah, and I stopped making stories at the beginning of junior year. I didn't make stories at all. I made the Hockey Guys House League one, which that was a mess because what happened was Nick and I got all the footage. And what happened was we lost it all because it was on my brother's computer. It took us a month and a half to finish a story that was supposed to be done in a week. And then I made sports highlights and focused on the sports blog.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I also focused on sports. I became a highlight guy.
I actually, but the thing is, my highlights I actually finished in a relative time frame compared to the game that I was making a highlight of.
Okay, so it's a lot easier to make highlights out of hockey games because you can fast forward to the goals, but you can't really do that for basketball. You gotta actually watch the game.
Stories?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
My first year at TV, I did a story with Lars about how Steven made his own computer once, and it was a stupid story and it was really bad.
Attaboy, Lars.
Last year I had made 2 stories, the one with Valter, and then I made a story on Coach Conrad, the new offensive coordinator, with Kevin Curtis. And that was when Mr. Brunt decided that Kevin Curtis isn't going to be a storyteller anymore, and he was going to be one of the equipment managers.
Smart move.
Because it was just garbage.
Yeah, smart move. But I mean, overall, Aidan, what?
Do you want to say something?
Oh yeah, we have Connor Sheehan now. Connor, thank you for joining us on the podcast.
He's lurking over Michael's shoulder.
This is a first-time appearance for Connor, junior here at Norwood High School, graduating in class of 2020. Connor, thank you for joining us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I love you guys.
Is that it?
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Connor, for your kind words. I really do appreciate that. I mean, I love my fans. I love my listeners, man.
I get recognized all the time.
Yeah. I walked down the halls and they're like, "Ooh, that's that Stampede kid." Not actually, except those kids at STN were like they're talking about our podcast.
Oh yeah. They said
I didn't say anything because I'm pretty sure they're like talking crap, but it's all right.
Talking ish.
Yeah, but
Talk ish, get hish, boy.
So Aidan, it's been again, as I said earlier, it's been a long 4 years. We've grown a lot, physically, mentally, emotionally, socially.
Puberty.
Yeah. I mean, I was coming into freshman year. I was like 5'6". No.
I don't think I've changed in height.
I think I was like 5'5", 5'6", like 100 and...
bet.
I was tiny.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You were taller than me.
No, I was not. So, bro, freshman, I grew 4 inches freshman year.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I was like
Walter,
5'6".
what do you want?
I lost your magnet.
You lost my... Walter, I didn't even give it to you. I put it right here. Where'd you...
I let it roll. It rolled all the way down. And now I can't.
Get it for him.
Walter lost my magnet. I had a magnet that I was playing with this whole time, and he lost it.
What do you expect from Walter? He's a klutz. But anyways, jeez.
Stop making noise.
So anyways, I grew a lot, and I've certainly learned a lot. And Aidan, not just in the TV class, but just throughout high school in general, if you could take one lesson you learned, what do you feel like is the most important thing that you've learned from Norwood High School, the school on the hill? Called Norwood. Sons of Daughters too. That's all I know. From the school song.
Man, I don't know. Because honestly, I don't remember much of protect your head. I think I've had 2 concussions since my time here, and to be honest, I don't remember much of freshman and sophomore year.
Because of the concussions, probably?
Yeah, I hit my head sophomore year, and I had a pretty bad concussion. I missed 3 weeks of school this year from a concussion. That really shouldn't have been that bad, but
Yeah,
it was.
you did. I was like, where is this kid? I need to do some podcasts.
It was my 3rd concussion, and it just like I was out of school for so long, like I could not, like it was just bad. I mean, I didn't make it better because when I was home alone, I just kind of watched Adventure Time on my laptop.
Yeah, that's just not gonna help.
Which didn't help at all and kind of extended it. But
Probably.
you know,
Worth it.
what can you, I finished it. I finished Adventure Time. Great show. Great show.
That's impressive.
What about you, Michael?
So, I have a couple things I've learned a lot. In the TV class specifically, I really learned how to. I mean, you have to learn how to email people for interviews and
my
talk to
God.
adults, and it really is a great lesson because if you really think about it, kids in this day and age, they don't know how to email. They
Learn
don't know
how to write a letter.
No one knows how to write a letter, email anything, like because you text lingo and you just kind of write however you want. You don't check your spelling, don't check anything. You're not like, I mean, how I've always been my freshman year, even like back then, I've always introduced like a letter like, hi, my name is blah blah blah, like Michael Curley and whatever, and like you have to explain what you're doing. And the TV class really defined those skills and really helped me realize how much I actually need those, because going into college, you're going to need to talk to professors and talk to adults.
And they don't want you.
And they don't want you to be like, hey, can you do this? Like, you have to learn how to ask in an eloquent
You gotta
way.
type out the word "you." Don't
Yeah.
just use the letter.
Exactly, and I feel like that's just one of the most important parts of the TV class that I learned, at least, because it really did shape me from, like, even though I'm not necessarily going into the communications field, I'm not necessarily going to the broadcast field, or I'm not going into any of it, but I really feel like that it helped me just for adulthood in general. And then also one more quick thing, high school in general.
Yeah.
I really learned how to be responsible for myself because, I mean, you go into your freshman year, you're a little freshman, you're like kind of scared of the halls, you don't really know what to do, and then junior year hits like that. Like sophomore year's just kind of there. Freshman year's your adjusting year, sophomore year just kind of happens. Junior year's important because you really realize, okay, SATs, like this year really matters for college.
Yeah.
And then senior year, you're heading the beginning of the first like couple months of the year, you do college applications and everything, and then towards the end of the year, you do scholarships and everything. You have to figure out really where you want to go for the
How many
next year.
scholarships did you apply to?
Like 5.
I only applied to 1.
You did 5.
I didn't apply to the Cleveland school one because I knew that I wasn't gonna get it, because literally
attitude.
all of the Cleveland kids are like top kids in our class.
I would have been a Cleveland kid.
You would have. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thing happens.
That's all we have for this episode today.
Really quickly, Aidan, I just want to ask you, for the listeners, what are your plans for next year and for beyond?
I'm going to college.
You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
I'm running track at college.
You want to elaborate on where you're going?
Merrimack College.
So, Aidan, you're running track and field at Merrimack College. What are you going to study? Do you know what you're going to study yet?
Business. I'm thinking more data analytics.
That's a good field. I feel like, especially business, because it's always going to be there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How about yourself, Michael?
So for me, I feel like it's probably been a long time coming. For those who know me, it's probably been a long time coming. I will be attending.
Holy Cross.
No. I'm wearing that shirt today, but no. I will be attending the University of Notre Dame, where I was accepted into the Mendoza College of Business, where I plan on studying finance, and it's really a family tradition. My uncle went there, my dad went there, my brother will be there for one more year, so I'm really excited, looking forward to it, and I certainly am going to miss TV. I'm going to miss Norwood High, some parts of it at least. I'm going to miss you, Aidan. I'm going to miss the Stampede podcast.
I'm going to miss our lovely nights together at STM.
Okay. But, I mean, it really has been a great year. Podcast has really been a lot of fun. It's been a creative project that we've been able to just kind of start from the ground running, and it's been great. It's been a great run. It's been a great run.
Wonderful.
So, for all you listeners who have listened to one episode, new episodes, all of them, who have followed us along our journey this year, I'm Michael Curley.
And I'm Aidan Mulligan.
And for all of us here, Walter.
And I'm Walter Santiago.
And for all of us here at the Stampede Podcast, we want to thank you for joining us along this year. And I wish all of you the best of luck and the best of fortune.
And a Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year. All the holidays, because I'll never talk to you guys during the holidays ever again.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Stampede.